Observe all the protocols associated with COVID-19.
Eid al-Kabir for spiritual benefit in the life of this world and hereafter. El Lafia, Aliu Tijani Mohammed, NTA News.
And in the meantime, prayers and messages of hope for Muslim faithfuls amidst containment of COVID-19 have been pouring in from different quarters to celebrate the Eid al-Adha festival. Elizabeth Omori compiled the Salah messages.
President of the Senate, Hamid Lawan, felicitates with all Nigerians and in particular the Muslim Ummah on the occasion of this year's Eid al-Kabir. Senator Lawan, in a statement, noted that Eid al-Kabir, Islam's feast of sacrifice, is very significant to Muslim faith as it is a reminder of the imperative of unconditional obedience to Allah, the Most Merciful. He urged Nigerians to continue to seek the face of the Almighty, especially in the fight against COVID-19, as the National Assembly is collaborating with the executive in response to the pandemic and other legislative interventions. Similarly, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, has urged Muslims to rededicate themselves to their Creator and pray for the country during the period of Eid al-Kabir. Gbajabiamila says there is need for prayers even more pressing at this time that the coronavirus pandemic is ravaging the world, including Nigeria. The speaker said, with fervent prayers, Nigeria will be able to surmount the numerous challenges bedeviling the country, including insecurity. In the same vein, the IGP, while assuring Nigerians of adequate security, congratulates the Muslim faithful in the country as they join other Muslims across the world to celebrate this year's Eid al-Kabir festival. The Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, has directed all the Commissioners of Police and Assistant Inspectors General of Police in the 17 zonal commands to intensify confidence, building patrols in all nooks and crannies of the country, particularly on major highways and around critical national infrastructure. The Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Dr. Boboye Oyemi, has urged Muslims to adhere to the health and safety regulations as provided by the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19. In a statement, the Corps Marshal said the celebration is centered on the need for obedience to God and for the people to always show discipline and sacrifice. The Corps Marshal enjoined motorists to particularly imbibe the message by using the road with caution through obedience to traffic rules and regulations, reminding them of the PTF's directive that vehicles must carry only 50% of the passenger capacity as adequate personnel are on ground to ensure compliance.
And the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, is witnessing high traffic as a result of Eid al-Kabir celebrations. Haman Jabani, who was at the airport, reports that there is strict adherence to the new normal.
Passengers coming into Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport to catch their flights. The situation is calm. However, as most people follow the laid-down protocols, others compromise it. Some of the passengers said the situation at the airports are commendable, while the price of air tickets depend on the airline, the destination, and when the ticket was purchased.
The process to get to where I am now to board my flight takes a little bit more time because you have to go through the COVID-19 requirements. Yeah, so you need to get to airport earlier than usual.
It was more exciting. Every bag was fumigated and it gives us a lot of confidence that the airport is safe.
Before I could get my ticket, it took me like 3-4 days to actually get it. Not like before that I would just go into the line and purchase it. The fare is, I thought maybe the fare would be more than this.
When I was earlier traveling 2 weeks ago, we're not even up to 30 passengers, but today I think the whole aircraft was quite full.
NTA was informed that only 2 airlines are yet to commence operations, while those in business say they are coping.
Because of the festive period, passengers are turning off to come to the airport to travel. All the fare, there are some changes, a little change on the fare because of the increase of VAT and PSC, passenger service charge.
There has been some upsurge, as it normally happens every year, especially to the northern states, Maiduguri, Yola, Kano. Yes, we have a lot of people traveling.
The key players say Nigerians should adjust to the new normals at the airports and government should make necessary arrangements for international flights. Hamman Jabani, NTA News.
And as commuters rush home to families and loved ones in time for the Eid al-Adha celebrations, motorists have been urged to ensure compliance to safety protocols. Asabe Tanimo Williams tells you more about the travel activities at some motor parks in the nation's capital.
Traveling at this unprecedented time is a risky venture many travelers are faced with. But at the same time, it's the Salah holidays, a milestone in the Islamic calendar, prompting many to seize the moment and head home to reunite with loved ones.
So far, they've set up protocols. I think the last time I traveled, it was on a different vehicle. Actually, we were just 3, and they had to should I call it fumigation?
Transportation is instead of 2,000 is 2,500 to Lokaja. So we have no option.
In their numbers, the troops to motor parks where transporters are smiling to the banks after the new transport guidelines brought them a windfall as they convey lesser passengers for even a higher fee.
Our advice is for people to stay where they are and celebrate their Eid al-Kabir. But if it is necessary that you have to travel, then you have to plan your journey.
Are the drivers themselves safety conscious?
The FCT came here. Our headquarters also tell us that we must be in line with the directive of COVID-19. And that's what we are following.
Apparently, the motor park authorities are leaving nothing to chance as they are seen fumigating commuters and their vehicles before takeoff. Asabe Tanimo Williams, NTA News.
This is the news at 10, broadcast on the NTA News 24. We are reaching you live from Abuja. We'll go on a short break now, but we'll be back with more news.
For now, the best and most efficient way to avoid getting infected is through regular hygienic and sanitary practices, as well as social distancing. As individuals, we remain the greatest weapon to fight this pandemic. By washing our hands regularly with clean water and soap, disinfecting frequently used surfaces and areas, coughing into a tissue or elbow, and strictly adhering to infection prevention control measures in health facilities, we can contain this virus.
It's good to have you join us again. Now we'll be going to Lagos to join our correspondent, Adeola Akere, to tell us more about what's happening in Lagos during this festival. How are you, Adeola?
I'm good, Muslima, thank you. And I want to say Eid Mubarak to our Muslim brothers and sisters worldwide. We know that the Grand Eid is being celebrated throughout the Muslim world as a commemoration of Prophet Ibrahim's willingness to sacrifice everything. It falls on the 10th day of Dhul al-Hijjah, the 12th and final month in the Islamic calendar. And Muslims in Lagos, knowing the significance of this day, are taking time out to actually celebrate it in their own way. Since the new normal has been thrust upon us by the COVID-19, nobody has been able to go to the Eid praying grounds to have their prayers, but they have been advised to be at home to hold their prayers and do whatever they have to do. But yes, and I have also observed around some areas in Lagos that those who are able to afford a cow are killing their cows or goats, as the case may be. All of this is, in line with Prophet Ibrahim's obedience by sacrificing a cow or ram. And it is expected that this same behavior be extended to national unity.
Now, have you observed that the celebrants are observing the safety protocols?
Like the area we're in at the moment, it's a bit difficult because it is a market area, and in Lagos, the markets are allowed to open Mondays, Wednesdays, and of course Fridays. And today being Friday, which is the celebration of the Feast of Sacrifice, it is difficult for us to actually see them observing the social distancing. But away from this very busy area, they are observing the social distancing directive.
Thank you very much, Adiola. Now, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, has announced 481 new cases of COVID-19 in Nigeria. The latest figures released brings the total number of confirmed cases to 42,689 infections in Nigeria. A breakdown of the new cases from 15 states indicates that FCT recorded the highest number for the day with 96 cases, while Lagos State has 80, Plateau 68, Ogun 49, Edo 42, Rivers 43, Oyo 25, and Osun recorded 23 new cases. Others are Delta 15, Enugu 11, Kano and Kaduna states recorded 7, and Bauchi 2 cases. The day's tally is completed by Bayelsa and Yobe states recording 1 case each. Yobe states recorded 1 case each. Confirmed cases by state, Lagos has the highest with 15,043, followed by FCT with 3,710. Oyo comes third with 2,713 cases. With the latest development, total number of active cases stands at 22,541. while 19,270 cases have been successfully treated and discharged, while 878 patients have died, unfortunately. Now, joining us live in the studio to deepen this conversation on the special occasion is Ustaz Yahya Garba Al-Yolawi, Imam, Area 10 Jumat Mosque. Thank you for joining us on the News at 10.
Thank you so much.
Now, today is the 10th of Dhul al-Hijjah in the Islamic calendar, Eid al-Kabir, also known in some parts as Eid al-Adha, or Festival of the Sacrifice. Now, what really is the significance of Eid al-Kabir?
Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulullah. First of all, we must thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by witnessing this very great moment in every Muslim's life. The significance of this today's Eid, that is Eid al-Adha. Let me start by correcting Eid al-Adha, because Eid al-Kabir is Babban Salah. It's direct translation of Hausa translation, but Eid al-Adha is Eid celebration that comes as a result of sacrifice given by the Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. The Eid signifies how one can try to please Allah with what he has in terms of wealth, health, anything. Look at the Prophet Ibrahim was asked to sacrifice his son Ismail at that time, and look at how he tried. In fact, some scholars are saying he even drug the knife, but it was seized to effectively cut the neck. And look at the son also has submitted himself to the will of Allah, and when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have seen their intention and their devotion, what happened? They stopped them. He stopped them, and he brought ram instead. And this is the initial stage of what we are doing today. And it has been prescribed for this ummah, that is ummah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that each and every one of us who can afford to give out this sacrifice as one, thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, means of thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that he has provided you the opportunity and you can afford and you are lively. and means of getting reward. Under each hair, there is a reward, which is a means of getting reward. How many hairs in each ram? And apart from that, is a way of eliminating hardship, putting smile in the face of poor and needy. This is days of happiness, days of celebration, but somebody is not even thinking of celebrating Salah, but what to eat or even to wear. So we are expecting people will look at this teaching and learn from the lesson and put smile and help others. Very, very important.
Yeah, you know what? It really takes a lot to put an animal down, to slaughter it. It takes a lot of piety. So, as our Imam, what really are the lessons of the day as regards the slaughtering of rams?
You see, that is a sacrifice, right? Yeah. You see, we need to understand sacrifice as to give out, most especially this time around that we have this COVID-19 has affected everybody economically, as well as everything that you can think religiously. Mosques and the churches are closed. So now, if you are to learn how you can practice this in your day-to-day life to uplift our nation, to assist each and everyone, is to see how you can sacrifice. Everybody has his way and manner he can help others. A security personnel is helping others, giving out his own sacrifice, using what? Using his time, using his life in order to protect us, to save the nation. And medical practitioner is in the forefront in the fighting COVID-19, risking his life. You know what? This one is another sacrifice. A journalist living his sleep, living his time, living his family activities in order to make sure that everybody is well informed. So now is a way, and rich people, let me use this word, rich people, those are well-to-do. They are the number one people that will assist in terms of getting everybody is happy. How? By giving out what they have, by buying or giving their meat as charity or as sadaqah. Anyone you do. Because they say divide your meat into three. One for the family, one for your neighborhood as a gift, or your friends and family as a gift, and the other one as a charity. Even if you don't know anybody and you know he is in need, you can help him in order to make sure that he is happy on that day. So going by this, they are telling you that try to leave your comfort zone. Try to live what that you like or desire, or you appreciate, to what? To make sure that somebody is living well.
Thank you so much, hostess. And this is also wishing you and our Muslim brothers and sisters in Nigeria and the world, Eid al-Adha Mubarak.
Eid al-Mubarak. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure.
Now, the federal government of Nigeria has donated equipment worth 67 million naira to Sao Tome and Principe. This follows the request by the country for assistance towards the fight against COVID-19. Haman Jabani tells you more.
The relationship between Nigeria and Sao Tome and Principe has been very cordial, especially in the areas of political and economic cooperation, which informed the establishment of the Joint Development Authority, with the aim of jointly exploiting and managing the marine and hydrocarbon resources for mutual benefit of both countries. So, the request for assistance sometimes in April by the government of Sao Tome and Principe to the federal government is a move in the right direction, and to assist in the ongoing effort to mitigate the spread of coronavirus pandemic in that country, President Muhammadu Buhari approved the donation of 5 tons of medical equipment, which include units of test kits, extraction kits, infrared thermometers, and other personal protective equipment for the testing of up to 20,000 persons in the country.
Request for assistance of Nigeria for the donations of the medical equipment to help to assist in the ongoing effort to mitigate the spread of COVID-19 in the country.
We value very much the way that Nigerian authorities came to the help of the Sao Tome and Principe government as soon as we asked for this help to be provided.
We do everything in partnership, and this is a measure of the partnership we're just exhibiting today.
Satome and Principe, with a population of 219,159, has 868 confirmed cases of COVID-19, with 766 recoveries and 15 deaths. Hamman Jabani, NTA News.
Now, the Northern Governors Forum has condemned the attack on the convoy of Governor Babagana Umar Zulum of Borno State, describing the act as callous and reprehensible. Simon Bako Lalong, in a statement through Director of Press and Public Affairs, Dr. Makut Simon Machan, said the attack on Governor Zulum's convoy was on his way to Baga, a commercial town in Kukawa local government area, to personally distribute relief materials to internally displaced persons for the Salah celebrations, which was another desperate attempt by criminal elements to sabotage the efforts of the governor towards reducing the suffering of vulnerable people who have been traumatized by terrorists. In another development, the Northern Governors Forum has mourned the death of elder statesman and leader of the Yoruba socio-cultural group Afenifere, Pa Ayanride Fasomi. Governor Lalong, in a condolence message on behalf of the forum, described the death of the elder statesman as a great loss to the Yoruba nation and Nigeria as a whole, given his enormous contributions to the political development of Nigeria. Lalong said Pa Fasomi played active role in the enthronement of democracy and its sustenance through his roles as a legislator in the First and Second Republics, where he advocated for good governance, justice and equity. While praying Almighty God to grant his soul eternal rest, he condoled with his family, friends, political associates and followers. This is where we wrap up the news at 10 on NTA News 24. We thank you so much for watching. And for our Muslim brothers and sisters in Nigeria and all over the world, we say Eid al-Adha Mubarak. I am Muslima Sholebo, but please do remember to connect with NTA and stand against rape and rapists.
There is a lot of fake news and report circulating, especially on social media.